Hey, cute stuff. Welcome to another pick a card with me, Duchess. So look, we are doing a pick a card overcoming your darkest hour, right? What's about to happen, how you about to overcome a dark period or stressful period, a frustrating period, a heavy period, whatever it may be, right? So we're going to go ahead and tap into our intuition so we can choose here from one or multiple of these cards, baby. All right. So we got here card number one. Then we got card two. Yes, yes, yes. And then we got card three. Choose the one that's calling out to you most. And we're going to go ahead and get these reveals in and find out here how you're overcoming your darkest hour. Let's get it in. Welcome to Pile 1, boo. Now don't forget to check out my website for all the goodies, DivinationDuchess.com. All right, Pile 1. Hey, boo thing. So we going to see how you're overcoming your darkest hour. Spirit, give us insight here for Pile 1. How is Pile 1 overcoming their darkest hour? How is Pile 1 overcoming their darkest hour? Oh, I thought a card flew out, baby. Okay, so, okay, so Spirit is about to put you back on track, baby, okay, is what's going on, because there's something happened here where there's been some sort of deviation, okay? There's a deviation in plan. You were tempted, you was about to be led astray, but Spirit is about to reroute you and lead you in the right direction. So something about your darkest hour here has either led you astray, or because you were gone astray, it has created this darkest hour, okay? But look, right now what's happening is you're really about to step it up. You're about to have some sort of upgrade, some sort of level up, okay? And so with that here, this is because you're seeking a union of your mind and spirit. So you are in tune with spirit. But before here, you wasn't. You was in tune with this temptation, baby, okay? And it was leading you in the wrong direction. All the way the wrong direction, okay? And this is because here, there was something here that seemed like it was logical. It made sense. It's common sense. It was reasoning, right? But this was not the time to really go in that direction. This was the time to trust in spirit. And so this is the time right now where you're going to be having a lot of strength, a lot of wisdom, and a lot of clarity here about the fact that this was some sort of temptation, some sort of decoy, some sort of distraction here. And this makes sense with this acceptance. So it's like it may feel like things are dark and gloomy and not working out right, but there's definitely a reroute that's supposed to be happening here. A reroute. Yes. Tell us more here. Tell us more about Pile 1 overcoming this darkest hour. See, it's because you're defying something here. Yeah. Okay. So look, Spirit is saying here you have to go through some sort of healing so that you're more versatile, because there's some sort of temptation that was leading you astray, but it was from a lack of versatility. Yes, okay? And not being in the right mood, the right mindset, right? So there was something about, it was almost like a panic, yes, okay? When you start making moves based off of panic, but instead it's about defying that. Trusting in having healing here in your own vision, who you are, what you desire. It's almost like giving the vibes of maybe selling out or yeah, like getting off path here for whatever reason it may be. But it's like Spirit is rerouting you on the right path. And so this is going to get you out of the darkest time here. It's almost like trying to escape a dark hour by going down an even darker direction. You get what I'm saying? And then after the Spirit blocked that direction, like, look, baby, I know you thought this was dark, but that's 100 times darker. Like, are you okay? Can you get back over here? Can we figure this out together? Okay? So there is this great amount of you having a lot of spiritual support here on this journey. Tell us more. Tell us more. Tell us more here. Yeah, see, Spirit is saying that you felt blocked out of your own abundance and you were in a lot of sorrow, but now you're having a breakthrough. Yes, but again, it's from seeking a union of mind and spirit. It's by connecting with spirit to have a new vision, okay? To switch up from that vision that was tempting you in the wrong direction. So there's something here about getting back in tune with your higher existence, getting back in tune with spirit, because you felt locked out of your abundance. You felt locked out of your happiness. This has been bringing you a lot of great sorrow, right? Because why? You feel like you deserve your abundance, and you do. And you do. Okay? But right now, it is a time where you're going to be having that breakthrough. But the breakthrough comes from you communing with spirit. This is not from trying to be very logical, from trying to reason, from trying to use common sense. Unfortunately, this is not, that's where the temptation lies. It's about following your heart, following your spirit here, being one with spirit. Look, third eye all the way open, baby. Being in tune with a higher level of consciousness. Tuning in, not hearing the outside voices of the world, but hearing the voices from within, from spirit, from source. And this gives you a new vision of what should be, which is more in alignment with what you were supposed to be doing anyways. Okay, so here is something about your darkest hour triggering you, or you being triggering your darkest hour by going in the opposite or wrong direction. And now spirit is snapping you back in the right direction and leading you right towards your breakthrough and right towards the abundance that you seek, right? But in order for you to get what you seek, you first have to seek this union of mind and spirit, okay? It's not just all about you. It's about connecting with source. It's about having that higher level of consciousness, that higher level of awareness, right? Yes, yes, yes. So Spirit is saying that it's not a time to be burdened by what you know it should be. Okay, this your dreams, your aspirations, your goals, your wants, your needs, your abundance here. This is not the time to see that as a burden. Okay, but instead to trust, because when you see it as a burden, that's when you start going in that wrong direction here. This is when the guilt starts kicking in. This is when the miser energy starts kicking in. And so Spirit is saying, nope. So for you, overcoming this darkest hour is getting back on path, okay? Trusting in a higher being to help you be guided on this path, and trusting here in your knowing, leading you to that abundance that you have felt has been blocked for so long, okay? We can like, share, comment, subscribe, follow. You can book with me or shop for some merch on my website, DivinationDuchess.com, linked below. Bye. Welcome to Pile 2, boo. Don't forget to check out all the goodies on my website, DivinationDuchess.com. All right, Pile 2, we got here this. You picked the health, the transformation card. We're going to find out here. How are you overcoming your darkest hour? Spirit, give us insight here for Pile 2. Overcoming their darkest hour. Pile 2. Overcoming their darkest hour. Okay, so it looks like Pile 2, this has to do with timing here. And this is really stressing you. It's making you feel like you have to tiptoe around. You have to be careful here. But Spirit wants you to know here, but you're about to triumph over your darkest hour for sure here. Pile 2, for sure you about to triumph over it here. That's why it's like things are about to get real healthy for you. So there's been something going on here with timing, okay? And because timing has been off, maybe you just feel like things are not happening in the right amount of time. That's what I'm getting, right? That it's made you extra stressed here. But it's stressing you so much that it's been clouding your judgment. It's been making you not think straight, okay? So it's like when you're not thinking straight, it can make the darkest hours seem a million times darker, right? And it can also make you make decisions that create more darkness. So there's been something going on here where you felt like you have to be very careful, maybe walking on eggshells, walking on the tightrope, just like, okay, something's got to give, something's got to change, something's got to be better. But it's just feeling like it's not. And it's like, well, how much longer is this going to take? How much time have I got to put in? What's the problem? And so you've been having a lot of trust issues with spirit, baby. I know, I get it. Because where's the blessings, okay? Where's the support? Where's the help? Like, what's really going on, okay? There's been some trust issues with spirit based off of timing. But what you need to know is that right now, okay, you about to triumph, okay? All this adversity, all of these issues, all of this stress, all of this here you're going to overcome that. And then we got this true love and fidelity. What fulfills your heart is going to be occurring here. So it's like timing has been an issue because this is something that really weighs heavy on your heart, right? And so it's like, well, how long do I got to wait? What's the problem? What's taking so long? What's this? What's that? Right? But ultimately here, it's like you right at the tip. You right there. Ready for this triumph here. Ready for this triumph. Tell us more here for pile 2, overcoming the darkest hour. We got maturity. It took time because something needed to grow. Something needed to evolve slowly here. Maturity. Nobody matures overnight. You don't just go from being a baby to grown all of a sudden. No. Okay? So there's something that took time to mature, to grow, to evolve here. It's been taking time. Okay? And it's like you feel like you've just been leaning back and waiting for it to happen. But it's like at the end of the day, you really didn't have control here. You felt alone, lost. You've been experiencing a lot of sense of being, out there, not understanding, not knowing what's going on, feeling abandoned. But now there's going to be something new that comes to light here. Yes, we like new energy. We like that. See, again, after a long time of patience. See, I feel like you've been waiting for this for many, 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 many moon cycles, baby. You like, how many moon cycles I got to wait, honey? Like, I'm over it. Oh, how much longer is this going to take? How much do I got to give? How much do I got to sacrifice? You're sick and tired. But just know there is something new that's coming here. Okay? But it also comes from you standing from a place of being courageous, having courage, making this happen by hopping on in there. And so right now here, Spirit is wanting you to know that this shift is going to be very intense, okay? It's going to be an intense shift for you as you go from that era of everything's been moving slow, very patient, you get what I'm saying? It felt halted to, okay, things are happening for me. Yes, you feel like the energy's finally compromising. It's working with you instead of against you. Changes are happening for you, okay? Instead of feeling like things are just stagnant. We like this. We like this. Tell us more here for pile 2, overcoming the darkest hour. What's going on here? Spirit is saying it's all about your attitude during this time and knowing that things are in order here. Most definitely, okay? It's all about attitude right now and knowing that things are in order. Being more versatile. So there's been something here about, waiting and being kind of rigid and this kind of stressing you out. But just know that things are working in your favor. But it's about knowing that it's working in your favor. Having that positive attitude instead of stressing the hell out, right? Worrying and nothing's working out, everything's a problem, da-da-da-da-da. Instead, be versatile. It's like, you know what, this is working out. This can work out. This energy is working for me. It's almost like claiming that the universe, the spirit source, the divine here is working in your favor versus against your favor. There's been something about claiming a negative energy here in the past just because a little patience was required, baby. Yeah, and spirit is saying, yeah, patience was required because your tenacity was being tested. I know, we don't like that. We don't want to be tenacious. We don't want to be ambitious. We don't want to have to push past all the drama. We don't want to have to go through obstacles. Why can't it just be easy? Why can't it just fall in our lap? Because it's just not the way it's going, boo. I know, it's irritating, but what can we do about it? Nada, nothing. Okay, so you had to go through this so you could be tenacious, so you can make it happen against all the odds, right? against all the odds. So you can get into that mood of defiance. I love this, okay? And be like, you know what? I can defy all the odds. I can beat the odds that are against me, okay? I can overcome obstacles and tribulations and time crunches and all this, right? I could overcome delays and blockages here. There's something about being tenacious and pushing through even in your darkest hour, and this is going to pay off big time. All right, we can like, share, comment, subscribe, follow. You can book with me, you can shop for merch, leave a donation. DivinationDuchess.com, linked below. Bye. Welcome to pile 3, boo. Don't forget to check out the goodies on my website, all in one spot, DivinationDuchess.com. All right, pile 3, you picked this karmic transformation card. We're going to find out here, how are you overcoming your darkest hour? Spirit, give us insight here for pile 3. How is pile 3 overcoming their darkest hour? Pile 3 overcoming their darkest hour. Okay. So this definitely has to do with connections or a connection, relationship here in your life. So there's something here about a certain connection taking you to your darkest hour or past connections. You get what I'm saying? So this could be a personal connection. This could be a romantic. It could be a friend here, because we got this, a new relationship blossoms here, but there was some sort of greed. And so there's this energy here. We got locked doors can now be open, and then we got reckless actions lead to conflict. So I feel like in the past here, I feel like you felt like you couldn't really be around people or open yourself to people. Yes, okay, your darkest hour has something to do with needing to have very high boundaries, protect yourself from people because of people's recklessness, their greed, their selfishness here. But now you're at this place where you can have new relationships in your life, okay? There's something about opening up to the right connections, new relationships, without having this fear here of these people that was bringing conflict and taking and selfishness and being the way that they are. Okay. Yes, and this is about to change everything for you. And you're about to be very much rewarded here. Okay, we got the winds of change are happening for you, and your perseverance is rewarded. So for you here, you're about to have some new connections, new relationships here, something in your life that bring positivity, abundance, where it's a give and take that's, you get what I'm saying, equal. Not just someone greedy and taking and selfish and, you know, acting reckless and bringing conflict. Ain't nobody got time for all this. No. So I see why you felt like you needed to stay away from people. But it's because there was some sort of karma on the situation when it came to your relationships. But that's clear. Yeah, no, it's gone. Okay. And so now you're going to be open and ready here for healthy connections that are going to enhance your life, bring happiness, abundance, add to your life. You get what I'm saying? Not take away, not stress you, not bring more conflict. No, ain't nobody got time for that. Yes, because in the past, you've had a lot of sorrow when it comes to your connections and your relationships. Yes, but you've always dreamed of having good connections. You've dreamed of having a healthy relationship here with at least one person or multiple people. And for some reason, your inner voice just kept telling you couldn't. You can't do it. You can't connect. You can't, because it's too evil. It's too drama. It's too negative. It's too much, right? But then ultimately, it's like you got to see things differently now. You're going to see things from a different perspective that, yeah, there are the type of people that you've had in your past before. They still out in these streets. But there's also possibilities of people that you can trust. Yes, okay? So now it's like you are no longer going to be withholding yourself from connections, okay? Because you have a deep spiritual knowing. And you've also released this sorrow from being taken advantage of, from being, you know, treated badly, from being, you know, disregarded, thrown out, whatever it may be, abandoned, okay? You're healing from this, and so you start to realize that there are some good people left. Yes. And with that here, you're going to link up with them. Yes, you are. I know. It may be shocking. Like, what? I'm going to link up with some good people. Yes, baby. Trustworthy. Okay? Trustworthy. Dream worthy. Okay? The door has been unlocked. Tell us more here. Tell us more. It's because you know how to trust your feelings and you know how to laugh at the nonsense. Yes, you're taking the lead and you're being courageous when it comes to connecting with people, period. Okay? You know, if you feel something is off, then you already know that's not the right direction. That's not somebody you should associate with. So you don't get dragged into all of this other negativity that you used to get dragged into. Okay? And instead, you laugh at the fact that this person is trying to play you in the first place. They tried it, okay? That's so funny, okay? They got their own trauma and problems because they picked the wrong one. Whatever it may be, you're going to be able to laugh at this. Why? Because you're in leadership mode. You like, you know what? If it don't work, if it's some trash, that's okay. I still got this. I'm courageous. I'm a leader. I can put myself out there and say, you know what? This is good for me. This is not. And so this is allowing you to connect at a deeper level. You need to be able to connect with others here. And there's been this fear of connecting with others or moving away from it, but that has also left you at a deficit spiritually, mentally, emotionally, right? And so that is part of being in this darkest hour, is feeling alone or triggered or abandoned here, or just feeling like there's no good relationships, but you're about to show yourself that there is. There is. And you know how to protect yourself from those that are not. Yes, so you're seeing beyond the illusion. It's like that, well, everybody's the same. Everybody's bad. Everybody's a problem. Mine was always everybody's needy. I be scared of people because needy people love to cling on to me for dear life, baby. So I don't like to make friends because as soon as I realize that you want attention constantly, I'm going to shut down and get rid of you because I need people that got their own life and own independence, okay? And so for a long time, I didn't want to make no friends because I'm like, everybody's probably needy. And then, like my best friend right now, she's not needy at all, okay? She leaves me the hell alone. I leave her alone. We link up when we need to. We talk casually. No one needs to be emotionally patted on the back consistently. It's perfect for me, okay? But in the past, I never thought this type of person existed. So there's something here where it's like, you're going to start to see here that what you want wants you. Those type of individuals do exist. You are going to have those type of healthy connections, right? But it's like, this is as you trust and put yourself out there and not cling to the past that everybody is just up to no good. And so you can't deal with people at all, because this just leaves you in the same dark hole of loneliness and feeling like there's no hope, which nobody deserves that, right? So we can like, share, comment, subscribe, follow. If you want to book with me, if you want to leave a donation, shop for some merch, DivDuchess.com, linked below. I'm going to talk to you later, boo. Bye.